Hello YouTube, it's me again. How's it going? Um, we can all look back and say that, for some of us can say that the election was, in a way, a joke. For some of us can say that. Some of us can say it was entertaining and it was very emotionally charged. And of course, there's still ongoing pending lawsuits going on against this election fraud. Here's something that actually stood out to me, though. Out of all the people who had the opportunity to have an interview with people like Joe Biden, I can understand Charlemagne the God from the radio show called The Breakfast Club. But how in the world did an idiot like Cardi B get a chance to have an interview, a one-on-one interview, with Joe Biden of all things? And I think I know why that is. A lot of the so-called millennials and the Generation Z fans of Cardi B are gonna follow her no matter what. So because of Cardi B's fans who are most likely underaged and highly impressionable, it's just a means of getting young kids to vote for a Democrat just so Trump can get out of office. And you see, a mistake that I always see is when you have a celebrity talk about political issues, and most of the time they don't even know what they're talking about. Of course, with an exception of a few educated celebrities like Harry Belafonte, who is one of those classic African-American actors from the 60s, and you also have Sidney Poitier. Those are educated celebrities, or actors, if I should say. But whenever we have celebrities, bringing up important issues or issues that the country is facing, most of the time they usually have no intelligence. They don't even have a speck of intelligence when it comes to politics. They really don't. And you have people like Lady Gaga and Cardi B who can't even be taken seriously. But yet they have followers because a lot of the followers are probably like brain dead fools. So if anything, Joe Biden should have probably gotten somebody who could be taken more seriously and somebody that actually has credibility as far as having something to offer. And it shows how unintelligent and how much of a hypocrite someone like Cardi B truly is. After all, let's not forget something. Cardi B also brought up that, she is concerned about innocent black men being shot by police officers. And there's a reason why it makes her a hypocrite. Cardi B is a black woman. I understand. She's a black Dominican. She's not African American, but she's a black woman who happens to be of Dominican descent. Okay? But the only problem I have with her using that remark is the fact that she's had a history of robbing black men by drugging them. She would give them drinks, whether it's liquor or beer, or she'd give them some alcohol, but she would put drugs in their drink, and when they would be unconscious, she would rob them of their money. You think that's somebody worth having an interview with? She's a public figure, but she can't exactly be trusted because she's had a history of drugging men and robbing them of their money. Cardi B cannot be trusted, so the fact that of all people, Joe Biden interviewed her, and he was actually laughing at her. I feel like secretly he was laughing at her because she said that she wanted free universal health care for all Americans. And the funny thing is, she also wanted taxes to be lowered. You have to increase taxes in order to have free health care for everybody. That's how it works in Canada. And that's exactly why taxes cost more in Canada. Because of the free health care thing and the free college tuition, whatever, the list goes on and on. But you see, if Cardi B had any brains, she wouldn't have mentioned lowering taxes but having free health care. So that tells you that she has no brains. It shows you how uneducated she is. And not to mention, she's not somebody you can trust. She's had a history of robbing men by putting drugs in their drink. She drugged men to rob them. And she said she didn't have a choice. And there's always a choice. There's something called being resourceful, not taking the easy way out and, living a life of crime. I don't care what situation you're in. I don't care if you're homeless. You can still find the glimmer of light through the gloom and make it out of a bad situation. So the fact that out of all the people Joe Biden interviewed, and out of all the people, who went on him with a campaign trail, he had people like Lady Gaga and losers like Cardi B. What's it called? Having an interview with him and supporting him. And she also expressed concern about innocent black people getting shot by police officers. She was talking to Joe Biden, the guy who actually supported segregation. He was for segregation. So you can't sit here and tell me that, Cardi B is a public figure who could be taken seriously, despite the fact that she has absolutely no knowledge of anything whatsoever. All she knows how to do is, talk about, sex and, make rap songs. And, she's a ghetto hood rat at that. So that's her domain. Being a ghetto hood rat, that makes rap songs. That's all that she's good for. That's all that she's ever going to be known for. That's it. And being a single mother after divorcing some rapper who himself is probably, almost as uneducated as her. That's it. So I find it a little weird how Cardi B was somehow the right choice for having a candid interview with Joe Biden. And I watched the whole thing. I didn't take any of it seriously. And I saw how dumb Cardi B really was. And, she has musical talent, I guess you could say. But she's not somebody that could be trusted. She's had a history of putting drugs in men's drinks. She drugged men and robbed them of their money. She robbed their money. I mean, this is a woman who's had a history of robbing men by drugging them until they passed out. She's a criminal, and I don't know why she isn't in jail or prison and locked up where she deserves to be. Perhaps the victim should come forward, and there should be a documentary series, a limited series called Surviving Cardi B. Because that's what she is, a criminal and a danger to society. And the fact that Joe Biden, interviewed her, she was just a puppet. She was only used to bring her followers to vote for a Democrat like him, and a corrupt one at that.